Alright, today we are starting a new unit. It's SWL 6.15, and it's mean as a balance point and measures of central tendency. What we're going to start with today is mean as a balance point. This is a lesson that we're going to go through. You're going to listen, you're going to pay attention, and if you want to take notes as we go, you can, or there will be a separate video with more things to take notes on. For this SOL, you have to be able to describe mean as a balance point, and then you have to decide what measures of center is appropriate for a given purpose. So it's just some kind of background. We're going to go through this part quickly. Mean as a balance point is kind of like a seesaw. The fulcrum is the balance point because it allows you to go up and down on the seesaw. The balance point of your mean would be the middle of your numbers that you have in your data set. So that's how it is kind of similar, and that's where you'll hear me relate to the seesaw. So, just in case you don't know, it's not going to work. Okay, well, we're going to move on from that. You know how a seesaw works. You can watch this simulation. This is going to see this is going to show you how a balance point is created within a data set. Something that I want you to know is that, so all of these circles represent 4 different sets of number 2s in your data set, which we'll get into a little bit later, but remember that piece of information. So watch this. See how each time they're moving 1 from each side, and it's moving 1 jump until you get to a middle number because they can't cross over. So your mean as a balance point, or the average, would be 3 because that's where all of the circles wound up. So for this one, I'm going to show it to you, so it's going to be a little bit slower. So you take, it doesn't matter which end you start on, the left or the right, as long as you start on the one that's farthest away. So I can start either the 1 or the 6. I'm just going to start with the 1, then move it 1. Start with the 6, or go to the 6, move it 1. Moved once, again, and we can't cross over the 3 because this dot, met at the 3, the dot that was going towards the left, and the other one met the one that was going towards the right in this middle. So this data set, the mean, the balance point of this data set would be 3. Are we right? Yes. So if we want to, just a little fun thing, I guess. How did you find the mean, or how did you make it balance? Well, first, this is like the one that we just did, sorry. So, it's what you do. This is what you do to each side. For each unit of movement that you make on the left side of your number line, you must do the same on the right side. This is stuff that you've been doing your whole time. What you do to one part of the fraction, you have to do this to the other part. And what you do to one side of the ratio, you have to do the other. What you do to one side of your equation, you have to do the other. So same concept. You keep doing this until all the circles meet together, and this will not always be in the middle of the number line. So we can't always look at this and say, oh, it's 3. That's not always going to be the case. So if you think you're finding a sneaky way around it, you're going to wind up getting in more trouble that way. The balance, or the mean, means it's the same on both sides. So there's the same distance from the mean on both sides. That's why it's called the balance point. So on your seesaw, that fulcrum is in the middle, and there's just as much length of seesaw on the left side of it as there is on the right side of the seesaw. So we see we have, this is 2 spaces away from our mean of this data set, which we found was 3, so 2. And then these are each 1 space away, so that would be 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And these, 5 is 2 spaces away from the mean, and 6 is 3 spaces away from the mean. 2 plus 3 is 5. So they are both equal distances away from the mean, even though they don't necessarily look like it. They are, which means that it is true that that is our mean. Your steps for finding mean as a balance point, these are quick and simple steps, so it might be a good idea to just write these down, because the notes that you're going to get have a little bit more into them. So write these down into your notes. Step 1, you drag the circles one by one to locate the mean as a balance point. Once you have done that, you move on to step 2, which is write your answer in the box. Oh, don't write these down. This is just for this, sorry. Alright, so in order for us to find the mean as a balance point on this set, we're going to start from the farthest one. And we're going to go one from the left, one from the right. You cannot move on to a different number until you have moved all of them from one number. So, here, there, here, okay. And at some point you can start to see what the mean's going to be, and until you get really good at it, you should probably just keep going until you know. So the balance point of this data set is 4. And that is right. Let's try this one. This one's so very heavy on numbers here and not as many numbers over here. See how our answer is not in the middle of the number line on this one? Our mean as a balance point on this data set is 6. Go ahead and pause the video and you can try this one on your own. Your answer should be 11. Can you solve this one? Let's do this one together. Notice how our number line does not start at 1 on this one. Or even single digit numbers. Now, I have gotten to where all my numbers cannot, or all my circles cannot move from the number that they're on, because then they would be crossing paths. So I have to stop. So what this means is that my mean as a balance point is between 25 and 26. I have 6 circles on 25, and I have 5 circles on 26. So my balance point is probably a little closer to 25. But let's see what we really would do in this situation. So we figured it out. And then, so what is the mean of this set? Circle all reasonable answers. This is kind of like what you would get. A reasonable answer, we said, is between 25 and 26. So 24.9 would not be a good answer. This one is over 25, so that would be a good answer. This one is also over 25. And this one, I wouldn't go with 26.2 because that's over 26. Oops. I would say that any of those numbers is a reasonable answer. 24 is too low, and 26 is just simply too high. Alright, for these couple, you could go through and you can do them on your paper or do them in your notebook if you would like. If you think you kind of have an understanding of it, you can move forward with the next video. If you think you need some extra practice, you can go through these, make sure that you pay attention to how many circles are on each number, and you can come up to me and I can check them if you would like. There's that data set. This one. Feel free to pause, rewind, and go back if you didn't get all the information. Now, something else that you could do, we're not going to do at this time, but you will be learning it throughout the week, is creating a data set, finding the mean, and recording our answer. And then you will be creating a data set based off information that you have been given from your number line. But that's not something that we're going to do today. Things that you should have learned. Well, you should have learned that how to find a balance point. You should have learned what to do or how to find a reasonable balance point when you kind of stuck in the middle with where your balance point is. And it's your job to come up and tell me a third thing that you learned. Alright, go back, do what you need to do, make sure you see me for the things that you need to see me for, and once you're done with this video, there's a second video to follow.